Studio 31.
CBS 6 News starts now.
Developing now, we're learning of a massive explosion and large fire at a One Oak plant in Medford, Oklahoma. It is the location of a natural gas terminal that moves natural gas through Kansas and Texas. You see, massive underground stores of gas are at risk. Evacuations have been ordered for the town of Medford, Oklahoma, with unknown fatalities. Injuries injuries are unknown at this situation. All right, so, well, hello, good afternoon. Like I was telling you this morning, if you watched us this morning, starting at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., I told you, you know what, today, what a beautiful day outside. It is just amazing. And so, a great time for outdoor music. The Powers Park Concert Series kicking off this afternoon. It's a celebration of the 250th anniversary of the village of Lansingburg. Now, but they're going to do this throughout August, but it's just today's very special event. And I just can't tell you how much I love this Powers Park event. And we got there early because they started at 2 p.m. and it was host to numerous concerts throughout the day. And so we started it off with that showcasing of muscle cars from the Adirondacks. Now, you know, it was just a history of Lansingburg today.
This park is one of the most historic parks in the city of Troy. It was deeded to the city by the Powers family, who used to live right across the street from here, as a matter of fact. And 19 years ago, under Mayor Harry Tutungin, we started this concert series up. And surprisingly, it lasted and it's been thriving over the years.
And you know what? That was Vito, and he is amazing. He brings live music to Lansingburg. He works so hard to make sure it all happens. It's going to happen throughout all of through the end of August. You've got to go to Powers Park. Now, but the thing is, this event's going to be hosting numerous concerts throughout the summer, like I said, showcasing of a lot of things. And so, like I said, it is just so amazing. You're going to catch different performances from different bands from 6 p.m. and you can still make it tonight. If you're going to head out, if you're in Lansingburg, you can still make it tonight because there is a tribute band tonight starting about right now that's going to do something with the Tom Petty. Seriously, if I wasn't here, I would be there. All right, that series is going to be held every Saturday in August, and you can definitely catch it. All right, well, also the Electric City Comic Con has returned after a 2-year-long hiatus. The last Electric City Comic Con Schenectady took place in 2019, and so we were there. You know, the event, a big day for Comic Con fans. Featured Artist Alley, comprised of different authors who gave out prizes. Participants are saying the convention is important for, you know, as local artists.
Inside here, we have our Artist Alley, so we've got comic book artists and authors, a lot of local talent, so it's nice to be able to get the community to be able to see other people in their own community that make the graphic novels and comic books.
Well, the event was also host to a variety of food and toy vendors that supported the annual Comic-Con. Also, people from all over the Northeast and beyond have flocked to downtown Schenectady since the Van Gogh exhibit hit here more than a month ago. Schenectady officials say the attraction has brought tens of thousands to the area just a month ago. All right, so our local CBS 6's Emma Quinn, she's so amazing. And she spoke with local businesses and as well as Discover Schenectady about the Discover impact that it's bringing to downtown Schenectady.
Over 15,000 people made their way to the Van Gogh exhibit in downtown Schenectady in the month of June.
A lot of Massachusetts, Vermont. We had some people here from Colorado this morning.
Officials at Discover Schenectady say that number exceeded their expectations.
And in looking at the exhibit in other cities around the country, we knew it was going to be a draw. you know, and we certainly had high hopes. Certainly we have Proctor's, we have Mopco, we have the Schenectady Light Opera. So arts are certainly a part of what we do here in Schenectady. This is just another, you know, example of that.
900 tickets were sold just for those touring the exhibit on Saturday. Small businesses in downtown Schenectady are reaping the rewards of those visitors.
Just coming to the exhibit and leaving, they're grabbing lunch, a snack, they're doing a little bit of shopping, and the shops are changing. We have a lot of newer shops, and that I think just appeal to everybody.
Business owners say it goes beyond just stopping in while in town.
The more people that come in and see our business and maybe remember us around the holidays, because we all do a lot of shipping and stuff like that. So even if they're not from here, they would definitely maybe think of us at another time and continue to spend money with small businesses.
Reporting in Schenectady, Emma Quinn, CBS 6 News.
All right, thank you so much, Emma, for that report. You know, the exhibit is open until August, so you can still check that out. Discover Schenectady, you should really check that out. They do so many good things in Schenectady. The leaders there, they are hopeful that that exhibit's gonna bring even more events and exhibits to the area in the future. And so moving on tonight is we have to tell you also, you know, like other news that's happening in the area and across the, you know, the area. In the nation. Let me tell you about this. A 4-year-old girl is actually dead. Another man is clinging to life after shooting in Ohio. Officers say that they responded to a call of shots fired around 9:15 Friday night. It comes amid a week of protests in that city. Akron has implemented several curfews since the release of police body camera footage showing the fatal police shooting of 25-year-old Jalen Walker. And you see this video we have right here. Now, an Ohio pastor calling for calm from police and protesters.
We all are in a heightened sense of emotion, but I'm not going to ask one side to calm down if I'm not going to ask all to calm down.
Yes, sir.
And some of this is bad emotions and it's leading to bad actions. Everybody's got to stop. There's a baby here that won't see 5.
Now, last weekend, the city canceled its 4th of July celebrations out of an abundance of caution and safety for the city. And there were protests around the country as the divide over federal abortion rights continues. It's been more than 2 weeks since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Michael George reports. And the U.S. House of Representatives is expected to take up a pair of abortion rights bills next week, but neither is likely to go anything in the Senate. More than 50 million people across the country's southeast are under warnings for excessive heat. And boy, don't you know that? 105 degrees in Texas today. I just spoke with my mother. That's what she's dealing with. It's a major heat wave. And it is it's just heading everywhere. We're so lucky. It's only 80 degrees here. We are really lucky here in the capital region. I mean, let me tell you about that. These areas are reaching such areas. I mean, it's Houston, Austin, San Antonio. I mean, they're not expected. It has happened. Like, you don't need us telling you that it's bad. It's like people are being told to like stay inside, drink a lot of water, and we are just lucky. This weekend right here is so amazing. Meteorologist Craig Adams is right here with your, I'm sorry, Craig Adams. Why did I say that? Of course, clearly, like here, we're taking a live look over downtown Albany, and of course, just like me, meteorologist Craig Gold is working a double shift, and so he's in, and we've been tracking this, and you know, we've been talking about just like what it's been like across the country and the different reasons that why it's so hot in other areas, and we're having really nice weather here. So let's get over to Craig Gold. Hey,
yep.
Craig.
All right, good evening, Heather. And yeah, the weather has been quite nice here across the Northeast, and that is the reason why is high pressure is still sitting over the upper Midwest, close enough to keep us bright, sunny, comfortable, all the active weather down to the south of us, and that's the way it's going to stay through the second half of the weekend. Not only that, but humidity levels through tomorrow will be nice as well. They'll start to come up as we get into Monday. Also, what's going to start to come up will be the temperatures. But as far as today's temperatures were concerned, couldn't really ask for anything better. It's just an A+ weekend for sure, as temperatures were in the upper 70s to low 80s after topping out right around 81 degrees in Albany. We're down to 79 degrees. Still 81, though, in Hudson. We're at 74, a little cooler in the Berkshires there. Pittsburgh Mansfield, 76, Bennington, Vermont, Broad Alban at 77. There's a live look, by the way, right now over downtown Saratoga Springs, teeming with activity here along Broadway, 77 degrees. Big night tonight in Saratoga Springs, specifically SPAC is, of course, night number 2 for Dave Matthews Band. So if you are headed out there, you're probably leaving right now or you're there already. You've got temperatures in the 70s when the concert kicks off, and by the time you're leaving, it'll be in the low 60s. A real nice, pleasant night ahead. We'll talk about that heat building in, how long it's going to last, and the next time you're going to have to break the umbrellas out. That's all coming up in my full forecast in a bit. Heather?
I mean, you know what? And what a beautiful weekend. And if you don't tune in to the weekend morning forecast, you should, because Craig and I let you know exactly what you should expect. And for the latest updates online or by downloading the CBS 6 Weather Authority app, you can always get that on Google Play. It was such a nice weekend. I mean, like all your outdoor activities. You know, the White House right now says President Biden spoke to Paul Whelan's sister Friday. According to an official, he told Elizabeth Whelan that he's committed to bringing her brother home from Russia. Paul Whelan was arrested in 2018 on espionage charges. The call came after Elizabeth Whelan asked for a meeting with Biden during a CNN interview on Wednesday. She had accused the administration of prioritizing Brittany Griner's release over Paul Griner, a WNBA star who's also being detained in Russia. Remember, we've been telling you about this morning. We told you about how she pleaded guilty and she's the WNBA star. The White House says the government's in regular contact with the families of several Americans held hostage or wrongfully detained abroad. All right, so still to come tonight, we want to give you an update on the assassination of the Japanese Prime Minister, Shinzo Abe. What the Japanese government officials are saying about the security threat, you know, and what that slaying means for the country. And
okay, time right now is 6:16. Give me just a second here. We're going to go ahead and fire up these graphics for you. We're going to talk about just an absolutely gorgeous start to the weekend. And, you know, look, it's not going to be any different for tomorrow as if you had plans to play golf. I don't really think there's much of a factor of anything out there for you that would really hinder your game other than your game. Temperatures this afternoon were in the 80s, and it's going to be no different as we're looking at tomorrow, as we should wind up in the lower 80s. Light westerly winds will accompany that sunshine. So again, the wind is not going to play a factor into whatever club you're pulling out of the bag. Now, I will say this, you may find some brown spots on the golf course there and on your own lawns as well. If you do not have sprinklers, because we do have some abnormally dry conditions extending from the Berkshires out west toward the capital region up through Saratoga Springs, Washington County into southern Vermont as well. So we could use a little bit of rain. It's going to take a little bit till we can get it, but that also, the flip side of that means we've got some great looking weather for the rest of the weekend. There will be some heat building in, though, so we'll stick around for that. We'll talk about that in a second. For now, though, it's been sunny. It's been pleasant. Temperatures are coming down just a little bit after topping out in the lower 80s in the capital region. We're now sliding back down through the 70s from the capital region north and the hill towns. So we still have some low 80s, though, as we work our way down toward the mid-Hudson Valley. Live look outside again at our Fry for Sky Cam, keeping it on Saratoga Springs because it's just a great shot here as we've got a bunch of people enjoying just the beautiful weather out there. Great night to maybe dine outdoors, grab some ice cream, do some shopping. Just a good looking night for that, for sure. And then tomorrow, of course, another beautiful day if you're planning on going to Lake George. Bright sunshine, low humidity. The winds will be near calm. The afternoon temperatures, again, upper 70s, near 80, and the water temperature is still holding at 74 degrees, so it's nice and comfortable for a dip for sure. Here's the setup as high pressure continues to dominate our weather. It's positioned, it's centered right over the upper Midwest. It's pretty strong area high pressure, keeping all the wet weather down to the south of us, and that remains the case until we get to your Tuesday. We'll time that all out for you as well. But for now, hardly a cloud in the sky, a light northerly wind, and temperatures that are in the 70s now will start to come back down to the 60s by, we're thinking, 10, 11 o'clock. And then by tomorrow in the morning, other than there could be some areas of fog across parts of the North Country to kick the day off after falling into the 50s, we'll wind up tomorrow in the low 80s. So maybe a degree or two warmer than it was today. Gorgeous stuff on the way. Just the off chance of a sprinkle up in elevation. Beyond that, though, things look pretty good. Then Monday, it heats up. We are near 90 degrees on Monday, more than likely, but it should remain sunny. Next weather maker coming in late in the day on Tuesday. We will see a cold front come through, bring us some showers and some thunderstorms. We'll have to watch for the potential for some stronger thunderstorms for sure. Wednesday, the best chance of any hit or miss showers or storms will likely be up over the mountainous areas, but a few could roll down off the mountains and work into the capital region as well. Beyond that, though, I think the weather should be nice, but heating up as we work our way into the upcoming weekend. So here's how things are looking as the temperatures will start to go down after briefly getting up to near 90 for Monday, Tuesday. We're back into the low to mid 80s for Wednesday through Friday, and then we're near 90 again for the weekend going into the beginning of the following week. So tonight, it's gorgeous outside. May as well save a little money on the AC bill as we drop into the 50s. Tomorrow, beautiful weather, upper 70s to low 80s, bright and sunny, warm and pleasant. Good stuff on the way. 7-day forecast again. It'll be hot for Monday, Tuesday. Once again, hot on Saturday. Could see some late day storms on Tuesday and a few scattered storms on Wednesday, but otherwise, I think we should be good on Thursday. Maybe a renegade storm on Friday, but overall, I think we're looking pretty good. A little warmer, though, heading into the weekend. Heather?
I mean, what an amazing weekend, right? You know, we're going to move forward with a K-9 unit taking event in Albany this afternoon. The Albany County Sheriff's Office hosting the United States Police K-9 Association PD1 trials where dogs and handlers competed from all over the state.
It's mainly to get a certification as well as being able to compete against your other teammates from local and larger agencies in all of New York State. But you'll see us do agility, obedience, suspect searches, criminal apprehension, and article searches.
In addition to this being a local event for families, a famous participant from America's Top Dog took part in the competition right in Albany. You saw the video, right? All right, well, we're moving forward with, in Japan, the body of former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe arrived back home in Tokyo today. You know, his body was moved from a hospital in the Nara prefecture where he was assassinated. His wife traveled with the body. That's as a top police official acknowledged security lapses and said authorities will now conduct a thorough review of what went wrong. The attacker has told authorities that he acted because rumors were connected with religious organizations that he opposes. Also in Japan, you know, handguns are outlawed. Only shotguns and air rifles are permitted with a special license. Now, you know, importing is illegal too. People applying for the license to go through a stringent background check, including clearance from a doctor and divulging family information. They also have to pass a skills test showing that they know how to use guns correctly. It also tests accuracy. You know, they're also required to buy a special locking system to store it. Owners undergo regular inspections and renewal courses. And of course, the suspect in the case of that assassination, they're facing strict regulations of his own. Police say the device was homemade, fashioned after a muzzle loader, which helped skirt ammunition regulations. All right, so still ahead today, the Mets, we're talking sports. Let's just move ahead with sports, right? The Mets taking on the Marlins, how they are responding after a tough loss last night. So much more on that ahead.
And now, CBS 6 Sports, sponsored by your local upstate Chevy dealers.
All right, you know, tonight for more Saturday baseball, the New York Mets back in action in New York Series against their National League rival, Miami Marlins. You know how much we love the Mets and the Yankees and all this, and we're keeping you up to date. All right, and so we're talking about sports, and so as we continue, we're going to let you know what we can expect as we continue right on in to the next break. All right, you know, developing now, we are learning more of a massive explosion and large fire at the One Oak Natural Gas Plant in Medford, Oklahoma. We are keeping you up to